Hey guys, welcome back for another tutorial with Little Creations by Crystal. Today I am in Silhouette Studio version 4 and I'm going to show you guys how to actually make this cute little title right here with two different options on your shadow layer. So let's begin. So I have a new document here and the first thing I'm actually going to do is create my title. So I'm going to click on my text and I'm going to type my word back to school. Okay, so you can't see it because I don't have a line color. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. There we go. So back to school. So I'm going to double click now. I'm going to click drag backwards to highlight my text because I want to change my font. I'm going to choose Pin Setter Middles. Pin Setter Middles is a cool font that I received from the Hungry JPEG. I did purchase it in a bundle. The Hungry JPEG is a great place, a great source for fonts. So if you don't mind spending a little bit of money, it will really be profitable for you if you have a business in this industry. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to actually choose my title, right click, and go down to ungroup because I do not want my title to be straight across like this. I want to manipulate it a little bit. And before I group my individual words together, I'm going to move them and leave them ungrouped because I would like to weld them. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Sorry, I couldn't get that word out. Okay, so I think this is how I want it for now. I'll know better when I get my images, but for now we can go ahead and definitely weld these. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my, my letters and just move them close to each other. So I use my arrow keys. There is another option for this, and I will show you guys quickly. I just don't choose that option very often because I feel like I have a lack of control with the amount of kerning that it does, because this is basically called kerning when you bring your letters together to weld. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just move all my letters together before I weld them. Your S and your C can be a little tricky because they get really close to each other. So sometimes I just bring my C down a little bit. And I have the ability to do that in here because the H goes low and the L goes low, so it doesn't look weird. Bring my H over a little. I'm going to try to have about the same space with my H and C that I do with my C and K up and back. My O's, I'm going to slightly bring them down since I did adjust the C a little, and then move them over also. So as you can see, I'm just slightly overlapping my letters. I'm not doing a huge overlap because if you do too much of an overlap, your letters will no longer really look like letters and it can be difficult to read your word, and you want people to be able to read it because that's why they would choose it. Okay, so as you can see, everything is overlapped, and now I'm going to individually select my word, right click, and weld. Now I have a solid, right click, weld, and right click, weld. Everything is welded together nice enough that you don't have to worry about anything breaking off when you take it off of your mat because it's a good thick weld. Now really quick, another option for welding, like again, one that I don't particularly use because I don't feel like I have creative control over it, is, hold on, let me put it in the same font so you can see the difference. Okay, whoops, let's move it out a little bit. There we go. Now, you can only do this before you do anything else. So if you ungroup this or do anything like that, it will not work. So you just type, pick your font, then you come over to the text style panel. You're going to come down here to kerning. You can use either one of these. This one moves them a little bit closer than what you'd like. This gives a little bit more space. And then you choose character spacing. So the lower you go, the closer your letters are. And it goes obviously in 5th increments. But for me, I just don't like see how close the C and the K are at 85 and the B and A are. I just don't like it. So I don't like to use that. I don't have control. So I don't use it, but please feel free to use it if you would like. Okay, so now we have our image or our title. Now I'd like to go ahead and add my images in. So I'm going to come to library. I'm going to choose this image. Guys, please remember, unless you have a commercial license with your Silhouette Studio files, you cannot use them to sell as part of a craft or anything like that. So I am just doing this as a pure example. I would not sell this title because this is a silhouette design. Okay, so I'm going to actually ungroup all of these objects because I'm not using all of them. I'm only using a small portion. And I definitely want to use the scissors, so I'm going to pull them out. I want to use the pencil, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. And I want a crayon, so I'm going to pull that out. Everything else I don't need, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so that we can see everything really good. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now we can see. Okay, first things first, let's go ahead and just, I think I'm just going to no fill or no stroke everything so that it's easier to color. I know you can't see it, but actually, that was not the right thing to do. Let's just black stroke it. All right, so let me just color my scissors. I'm going to go to fill first. So I'm going to do gray. And my rings, I'm going to do green. And my circle, I'm going to do silver. Okay, there we go. So let me move my rings in here really quick. I'm not making this perfect, guys, just because the sake of time. Okay, so let me move on to my pencil. We're going to do orange. Oh, I forgot. Let me turn this whole line just black. It's just easier. It just looks better, and I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so this is actually going to be black. This is going to be skin. Obviously, again, it's not perfect right now because I'm for the sake of time. This little piece I'm not going to use. I don't even know what it is. This, I'm going to use silver. And this, I'm going to do pink. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right, pencil is done. And then lastly, let me hit my crayon. I'll just do my colors first. So my crayon, I'm going to do blue. I don't like that blue. It's too blue. So we'll do this blue. I like that blue. Yeah. This blue, we'll do this color. And this will be black. Great. And then the whole thing, I'm just going to have my line, my stroke be black for now just because it's easier. Okay, so I'm going to set this on here. Set this on here, and now we have a crayon. Woohoo! All right, guys, so now we can start placing our images with our title. So I know I want my crayon to be right about here. So this shows me that now I need to move back over to here. My two can come up just a little, and my school can come up just a little. Okay. And then my crayon, it's gonna move out. Okay, cool. My pencil, I'm gonna actually enlarge and have it go across school or underneath school here. And then my scissors, I think are probably about the right size. So I'm gonna keep them over here. I think I might tilt them just slightly to give it a little bit of fun. And bring them down just slightly. There we go. Okay, so now that we have all of our images, let's go ahead and color our title. So back is just going to be red. Whoops. Forgot to do a fill here. Back is going to be red. 2 is going to be yellow, and school is going to be orange. All right. Now that everything has a color, I can actually just click it all and go to line and click no stroke because I don't need the stroke. All right, so here's my back to school. I really like it. The next thing I want to do is create a shadow layer. I'm going to select all. I'm going to come over here to the offset window. I'm going to click offset. I can adjust my distance. So I'm going to show you 2 different shadow layers because I am picky. This is my, when I go down to like 50, now if I wanted it even skinnier, I could just click backspace and put like a 2 and a 5, and you'll see the change. I don't know if I saw the change or not, but let's see. Oh yeah, see, so that's a very skinny layer. So I could use that if I wanted to, but that's almost, it's pretty cool though. I kind of like that. That one's super skinny, but let's go ahead and do a little bit of a bigger one. Offset, instead of doing 1.125, we'll just do 0.50. We'll apply, and boom, now we have a shadow layer. Oops, I don't want school, I wanted the shadow layer. So I love these types of shadow layers. I think they look great. And I am going to actually color it. So I'm going to color it black. Let me click on it. I'm going to fill it with black and do the line as black also, or none. Actually, I'm just going to do none. Now, another shadow layer option is to do a fat shadow layer. So I click on it, hit offset, and leave it at that 125. Actually, I think I'll take it down to, yeah, I think I'm going to take it down to 100. Hit apply. Now I have a much fatter shadow layer that I can color black and do, no stroke. Now, an option with this is you can leave it like this and still have like this little white with the C between the pencil, the K, but sometimes that is a pain to cut. So one of the things I do is I just bring it out here, I right click on it, I hit release compound path, unclick, click on the edge, pull it away again, back, and now anything that was white, that was separate, is now gone. So I can just click on them and delete. Woohoo, all done. So really quick, let me show you both of these options side by side so you can see which one you like the most. I'm going to copy, paste, move this down to here. So here's my back to school with a thin shadow. Here's my back to school with a fatter shadow. And I'm just going to delete this one. So there you have it, guys. There is your options for shadow welding. I do have to say I like both of them, but I think I like this one better down here. I just like it. Thank you for joining me. Please let me know what you have made, what you have tried, and if you have any other questions, I'm taking suggestions for tutorials. Thanks, guys. Come back soon, and have a blessed day.